We are live. That light is not going to work. All right. Give me time to get on here. Nobody has shown up yet. Yep. What's going on, Iron Dog? What's going on, Flash Dragons? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on, Blakers Pythons? Hey, Shelly, what's going on? It's the big reveal tonight. So is everybody ready for the reveal? Yes, finally they are here. They are in the other room. They are in quarantine. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to talk about what's going on behind me back over there first, because once I go in that room and we mess with those quarantine snakes, I'm not going to mess with mine anymore tonight. Just so you guys know. So if you guys have any questions about what's going on behind me, let me know now. And I do have something to show you guys, which hopefully that is good news. What's going on out of the jungle? Blakers, I think, are you the one that emailed me? But yes, what's going on, Heather? Okay, I did respond to your email, so you should have it. So let's go ahead and start this thing off a little bit and see what's going on behind me here. So, as you can tell, that new rack has labels. What I did was I moved all of the original crew out of here, clear down to the classics at the bottom that I'm putting the cinnamons to. I moved all them over, plus I put the two spider het desert ghosts over here also. So therefore, this rack is a breeding rack, which the spider het desert ghosts are not breeding yet. They'll be breeding next season, hopefully. They are big enough, but I don't have a male for them yet. So what I'm going to do is I got 6 females in there that have the new gene in it. That will be they will all be going in this rack. Then I got 3 males in there with, I think one of them don't have it, but you guys will see when I get in there. 3 males in there, plus the 2 cinnamons over here that carry it will be moved to this 5-tub rack right here. That way I can keep everything separated, and that rack and this rack will all be that new gene, proving it out, seeing what else I can do with it. What do you guys think of that? Next, I think we have a pre-lay shed in the works. And what I mean by that is if you look at Laura here, we all know she's been swelling up a little bit. Laura is in shed. So hopefully that is a pre-lay shed. We will find out in about probably 5 to 6 weeks. Hopefully she'll lay some eggs. I am on Coco's, like you guys noticed. The hatchling, the V18 rack over there behind this one, this rack is not going to stay here. I'll show you what's going to happen to it in the other room. But all those are still in paper towel. The hatchling rack and the V18 rack I'm leaving on paper towel. Everything else is on cocoa. Everybody seems to like it, so that's good. So, without further ado, oh, I got some more cocoa stuff too. So, without further ado, let's go in this other room after I get a drink because it's going to take a little bit here. But I want to show you guys something real quick and keep this in the back of your head when you're looking at the new morph that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a classic. That way, whenever you see these, you'll know that they're not normal, even though they look a little bit like it, but I got descriptions and everything to kind of tell the difference. So let me find, where's she at? Pixie will work. This new rack's awesome. Okay, take a good look at Pixie. She is a classic. Okay. She's kind of in shed too, I think. But that is a classic. All right, let's go to the other room. Let's go check this thing out. And we can't bother these too much tonight. I did bring them home last night. 7 of the 9 did eat. I also found a place I could get a different type of pine. It's shavings from a company that builds cabinets. So this will be totally safe. The guy I got it from, he breeds snakes and rats, and he uses it over there for his rats. Does great on them. So I'm going to try it here. It's cheap. It's $5 for that big bag. If you get 10 bags, it goes down to $4. Okay, so let's get this thing started. And let me see a drum roll here. You guys are kind of quiet. All right, here we go. So we're going to show some cinnamons off with it, and then we'll go to the actual gene. So this guy is in shed, and of course it's going to be dark. And I don't have a light. Let's see here. Come here. There we go. Well, that's not even going to work. Hang on a minute. I got an idea. I have an idea. I didn't think this out too well, did I, guys? All right. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pick them up, but I don't want to hold them too much, and it is a little bit dark in here. So hopefully you guys can see everything just fine. We're kind of right under a light, too, so that probably don't help any. So here we go. What's going on, JSR? All right. So this guy is in shed. This is a cinnamon with that other gene. As you can tell, he is a little darker down here, but it is white. So I'm not sure if this guy has it or not. But I know one of these other cinnamons I have in here does not have the gene. So we can kind of compare that a little bit later, and we'll see what's going on. So this here is a cinnamon male. May or may not have this other gene in it, but he is in shed, so it's kind of hard to tell. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, I believe this guy is just a cinnamon. Now, the reason why I say that is look how white he is on the belly and right on the side there, okay? If you notice the other cinnamons that I have in the other room that came from this female that I'm going to show you here shortly, they are yellow, a little bit darker underneath. It's a little bit different. So this here, as soon as these guys get out of quarantine, I'm gonna quarantine for a couple weeks, and then we will do them side by side. But this here I believe to be is just a plain cinnamon. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a piece of paper real quick. I wrote down some characteristics of this gene. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Let's get this thing started. Okay, as I said, this gene does look a little bit different than a normal, but there is some characteristics of it that classify it not as a normal. This gene originally came from Neil Gully, and I can't think of the other guy's name. Oh, my mind just went blank. But it was originally purchased from them, and this is an offspring of the original female. I will show you the original female, the very last one. But this here is known right now, it's just labeled as a Golly gene, Golly. But it will be renamed once I do a little bit of proving out a little bit more. So here we go. As you can tell, yes, it does look similar to a normal, but if you look at that head pattern, you can't really tell it right here. That head pattern is dark brown to mahogany, edged in black. Classics don't normally have that. And I can't really, this lighting kind of sucks. There you go. Look at that head. And it's edged in black. And then also on the sides, you have, calm down, you have some flames edged in white that rise up between some melted alien heads that end in high yellow pool or puddle along the belly. Like right here. See what I'm talking about there? You can kind of see the yellow in there, but it's not a yellow belly. Also, if you look down the back, it's a broken stripe along the dorsal fin, or along the dorsal. And then it also has a stretching and melting of alien heads near the tail. Right here, the stretching of them, like this. So this is a Golly male. Now, let's move on to the females. Now, this is a Golly female. You can tell, yes, it looks similar to a normal, and you guys can't really tell that head pattern, but that head pattern is not a normal head pattern. I wish I had better lighting in here. These guys are a little bit jumpy. Let's see here. That's kind of bright. Go up above me. That's not going to work either. I have an idea. Do not go anywhere. We got 10 people in here. I want to show this gene off. I have a way to do this. Hang on just 1 minute. I have a perfect plan. Let's see, not that one. This one. Yeah. Let's turn this one off. Let's see if this is any better. All right. There, you can see a little bit better. You guys will see this better. I'm going to keep these in quarantine for 2 weeks. I was at this breeder's collection. There's nothing wrong with them, but you always should. There you go. You can see a head pattern there. See how it's dark brown and mahogany outlined in black? That's not a classic look. So also along the sides here, you can see the flaming. Like right in here. How it's going down. It's not a yellow belly. You can see it flaming here too. So yes, this is a gully male. This is a female. I'm not going to breed her this year. I'm going to wait till next year. I do have some good plans. See how the dorsal stripe is broken? And on a normal, they go over the top. And see how it's kind of yellow there? Right in here? And if you remember, those cinnamons that I have that same marking. Okay, I'm back. This is a golly cinnamon. Okay? Now it's kind of hard to tell, but there is yellow right along in here. And if you look, let me see if the head's that way too. And the head is kind of mahogany too. As you can tell, they are kind of touchy. They have had a little bit of a trip. But do you guys agree that there is something going on here? I do believe it. You can tell the flaming all in here. It's definitely in the cinnamon. So I'm going to take it into other morphs and see what I can do with it. Let me move on to the next one. This here is another cinnamon gully. Again, on typical cinnamons, in here it's all white. That is not white. That is kind of a yellowish color just from the mother. She has the same marking. So yes, there is some flaming on this one too. And of course, I know the lighting kind of sucks, but as you can tell, there is something else in this cinnamon. Now, let's go back to another normal gully. This girl's a little bit small. She's got some growing to do. This here's a normal gully. And again, right here, you can see the flaming and how it kind of goes down underneath the belly. Right in there. Kind of yellowish orange right through here. And again, come here, you're fine. On the head pattern, which you can't really see. But as you can tell, this is not a classic. There's too much going on with her. Broken dorsal strip. So now, let's go to the mama of all of these snakes, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the other new gene that I got that I believe is underrated, and now we have it in this collection here. No, don't make a mess. All right, guys, this is the normal, or the not normal, but this is the mom to all of those babies. And as you can tell, she's got a broken dorsal strip here all the way down. And as you can tell, look at the flaming on the sides. Look at that flaming. This is the Gully female from Neil Gully. To me, she has been proven out, but this here is the Gully female, the gene that is new. It is not out on the market. I have all of the offspring of this girl, which has, I believe, 10 babies. So I have all of that offspring. And as soon as I do a little bit more, I will be renaming this gene. But as you can tell, look at the sides there. There is some flushing going on. There's definitely something going on here. Look at that dorsal stripe. So there we go there. Now, I'm not going to say what this gene is. I want you guys to guess. This does have the Golly gene in it. So I'm going to see if you guys can guess what other gene this is. So I want to hear your answers. Right here. Look at that busy pattern. What do you think that is? No, it's not Mojave. Look at that crazy pattern. There's the head. And the head is the brown. Nope, it's not puzzle. This is a gully trick. This is the trick gene. It's a very busy pattern gene. Typically on the tricks, the alien heads go over the top. Yes, those are aliens. But typically on the trick, they go over the top. Since this has the gully gene, it kind of straightened them out and kind of put them together. So yes, it's the trick gene, the gully trick, and it's a female. So what do you guys think of the new morph? Are you guys still excited about it, just like I am? I'm definitely got some plans ahead of it. Now, there's one male that I got that may have something special in it too. So I want to see you guys' comments on what you guys think of the gully gene. Do you guys think it could have a place in the ball python market? Do you guys think I can turn this into something? I think I can, but I'd like to know what you guys think. That's funny, Iron Dog, but I wouldn't say it's a cousin to normals, no. Now, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is a gene that I've talked about in the past that I've wanted. I already have one copy of it, but I don't have the double copy of it. I got a good deal on this guy, and he may have something else going on. And if he's got that something else going on, this is a good snake. Which it's a good snake anyway. What do you think we have here? What do you think this is? This here is an ivory male. It may have black pastel in it, and it may have another gene. But look how faded that head is. It actually shows up better on the camera, but it's actually real faded. It's not dark at all. But yes, that is a super Mojave. Yeah, from here up, it's a little bit pink. But this is going to get me started. I'm going to put this probably, if I can get him ready by next season, I'm probably going to throw him to the trick. Because if you guys look up trick yellow bellies, those things are awesome. Yes, ivory is a super yellow belly. Now, what all am I gonna breed this guy to? Well, I'm eventually gonna get a asphalt, and I'm gonna get a what's the other one? Gravel. I'm gonna make highways and freeways. So yes, I got a very good deal on this guy, and this is a ivory, possible black pastel, possible something else. But I will know once I breed it. What's going on, Ed? So yeah, that is my new male. Now, since Ed just showed up, I'm going to pull out the original Gully female, and then I want Ed to tell us what he thinks about it. So I'm kind of calling you out here, Ed. So you better watch. Hi. I know. I know. All right, Ed. Here you go. This here is the Gully original female that I got. This here is a new gene. It has proven to get into other morphs, such as my Cinnamons. Now, he's got a little stuck shed on his head, or her head, but she'll get that off. I'm not too worried about it. But if you look at that dorsal stripe, it's broken. Okay? There's also some flames on the side here that goes to the bottom. So, Ed, what do you think of the Gully gene? I will be renaming it. This is not a classic. This is a Gully. It is not out on the market. Nobody has it. I'm the only one that has this gene right now. I am so excited about the possibilities. And yes, it is awesome. At first glance, you would think it was a normal, but you can't really tell it. But if you look at that head stamp, that is brown to dark brown to mahogany, and then it's outlined in black. So yes, that is the new gene. It's the Gully gene. It's from Neil Gully, but I did not get it from him. I got it from another breeder that bought it from him, and she proved it out. And then I bought the whole project from her. So yes, this is now DCR Reptiles time to prove it out and take it on the market. So I'm going to go ahead and throw her back. They've had a... Now, I'm going to go ahead and show the trick. Yeah, it kind of changes the pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and take the trick out, and let's see what Ed thinks of it. All right, bud, or sweetheart, come here. All right, Ed, this here's the trick Gully gene. Look at that pattern. That pattern is crazy. Now, they classify this as a trick, and it's very similar to the hurricane. But yes, this is a trick Gully female. So what do you think of this, Ed? Thank you, Brandon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put these guys up. I did feed them a small meal today because I did bring them home yesterday. And 7 of the 9 snakes with the Gully gene did eat. So that's a good thing. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to place you in this other room real quick. Then I need to take this light in here so we can see what's going on. So I'm going to have you guys face right there just for a minute. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. 17 people in there. Son of a bitch. I am back. Got to plug this in. Then I'm going to wash my hands because you know how I am. I have to keep my hands clean, especially with everything that's going on here. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And I want to talk about the new gene a little bit. And I want you guys to give your input on what you think of the new gene. Because I am so excited to have it. I'm glad it's finally here. I will be breeding the Gully original female as soon as she comes out of quarantine. I'm going to breed her back to one of the cinnamon Gullies to see if I can produce a super. Hopefully I can. I know it's a co-dominant at least, so that is a good thing. All right, so I did wash my hands. We are good here. So let's go over here. Let me get my drink because I'm thirsty. And if you wasn't here earlier, we do have a prelay shed going on right now, I believe, and that is the vanilla that I was breeding my Mojave to. But like I said earlier, I am not going to mess with those snakes anymore tonight because we just messed with the ones in quarantine, and I don't want to cross-contaminate. It's very important, especially if you have a collection that size behind me. Anytime you bring in new snakes, no matter who they're from, how trusted people they are, you still need to quarantine your snakes for, I would say, at least 2 weeks. So, hey Ed, why don't you give me a call a little bit later, can you? All right, let's talk the new gene. What do you guys think of that Gully new gene that I have now? Do you guys think I did right? Do you guys think it's something that I should have let go, or that was good that I got it? I think I did a good thing. I think there's something there. I just need to start sticking other genes into it and see what I can do. Yeah, I think it will be able to do some good things. And I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that this is one of those next big things. I'd like to try to throw Pied at it and see what happens with Pied. All right, we're going to give it a couple minutes. Then we are going to go back in there, but I'm not going to handle the gene. I've handled them enough. Yes, he was a bigger breeder. I don't know what he's doing now, but I did not get it from him. I got it from another breeder, and she bought it from him. So, with that being said, what gene do you guys think I should throw to that Gully gene? That's something to be thinking of. What do you guys think I should throw to it? I just got to think of a name for it. But yes, that is what I've been talking about. Pinstripe. Then I may throw my spinner to it. I might throw that spinner to one of the cinnamon gullies. That may work. But I'm definitely throwing that ivory super pastel. I don't have a super pastel male. I just got a super pastel female. But I do have that male gully I could throw to the super pastel. I may be able to do that next year. Spinner. It is a spider pinstripe. He's the one I'm breeding to the super pastel and the classic. Charles is his name. And it's darker in that room. So whenever I get them out of quarantine, we can take a better look at them. My lighting in that room is just not that great. But I wanted to get on here. I wanted to show you guys and reveal the new gene here at DCR Reptiles that I can, it's whatever I can make out of it. So I'm very excited. I'm glad you guys like it. I was afraid that when I showed it to you guys might have doubted it, but evidently, yeah, I plan on throwing pod to it, but I'm glad you guys can see the difference of that and the classic, just like I can. It can be hard to spot, but yes, there is a difference. And of course, yes, I am going to throw the trick to pied also. That has not been done yet. But the breeder that I got these snakes from, she does have a trick het pied, so she may get there. How about clown or GHI? I think GHI would do the similar things just like the trick did. And clown would be recessive. I'd like to stick. I got enough recessive here I'm going to throw to it, but I'd like to see what like co-dominant or something like that I can throw to it. Which I got several morphs here, so I got a lot to choose from. But as you can tell, oh, I know what I didn't go through. Hilljack, we're talking about the Gully gene. It's the new gene that was bought from Neil Gawley and was bought by the breeder I buy from here locally, and Mojave is the number one. Okay, but the Gawley gene it came from Neil Gawley. It was a female, and the breeder that I deal with now, she did throw a cinnamon to it, and that's how I got my cinnamon gullies. But I'll see if I can show it here because I really don't want to mess with her anymore. She's got a little stuck shed, and I don't want to stress her out. But this here's the gully gene. It's going to be dark. I'm not going to be able to see it that well, but that's the gully gene. I will show it more as soon as these guys get out of quarantine, where I can actually show you guys in better lighting. But that's what's going on here. Bringing in that new gene. These baby. Oh, I covered that up with paper. Got some. There's the baby mice, the first round of them. So yes, they are growing. I need to go put this paper up. I do use paper in my quarantine rack. Now, here's what I plan on doing. I have that rack already sold. So, this rack is going to go on top of the other racks in the other room, so it's going to be real tall. Now, this rack right here, this hatchling rack, is going to take place of that white rack. So I'm going to take that hatchling rack and I'm going to put it right there in that corner. Then I'm going to put all of the coconut substrate right beside it, stacked up. This here is my new pine bedding that I'm going to try. It is shavings from a cabinet manufacturer. It is good. The breeder that I got it from, it's a different breeder. He breeds rats and he breeds snakes. And he's been using this stuff for a while now, and it's great. It's real fluffy. Rats are doing great on it. So I'm going to try that. It's a lot cheaper than Aspen, but I'm not going to switch everybody over to it at once. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch one or two of my racks over, see how it goes, and then go from there. Is that a Sea Serpent's 3-tub rack back there? Yes. Okay, so here's what I got. This whole corner is Sea Serpent's racks. This here is a V70 10-tub rack. This here is a sub-adult 3-tub rack. There's another sub-adult 3-tub rack, and then another sub-adult 5-tub rack. I have a sub-adult 3-tub rack in the other room. This here is a hatchling 45-tub rack. And then behind here, I have a V18 36-tub rack. And then up there, well, I moved it. Right here, I have a V18 8-tub rack. And right here, I have a hatchling rack, 18 tubs. Oh, 15. Nope, 18 tubs. Sorry. So, yeah, I have a lot of his stuff. And what's going on, Jason? I have a lot of Sea Serpent stuff. I went down to Sea Serpent's Saturday to pick up this V70 rack. It's awesome. I switched all of my original females over to it. So that is my breeder rack right now. This white rack right here, this other breeder rack, this is going to be my Gully project rack from all my females. And then this 5-tub rack right here is going to be all the Gully males. That way I can keep them separate and try to concentrate on what I want to do. So I'm going to fatten those things up, get them ready for next year. I will be breeding that Gully female as soon as I get her out of quarantine, just to see if I can get her to produce me some eggs. And I think she was producing 6 or 7 eggs, so we'll see. Hopefully in about 5 to 6 weeks, 7 weeks, we will have eggs from the vanilla. Everybody else is still doing good. The Bonnie is in shed right now, so she did not eat. I did switch the Spider Het Desert Ghost over to the V70 tubs. They seem to love them. The one of them has been off of food for a while, but I put her in the V70 yesterday. She ate 2 rats today, so evidently she's happy. That's a good thing. So I'm excited about the way things are going here, and it's only going to get better. So I still have a lot to do and a lot to take care of, but I am motivated. I'm ready to go. And I just hope everything turns out the way I want it to. And don't forget, guys, I do have a Spinner Blast female that is available. I also have maybe I have a Lemon Blast female available. Somebody asked about it. I haven't got a guarantee they want it yet. Plus, I still have an Inchy male that is available. What's going on, Trey Beck? How you doing? So if you guys are interested, I'm going to spinner blast female. Yes, Iron Dog, that is true. I don't know if you guys checked out that link that I posted, but yes, they are trying to do a lot of crazy stuff here in Florida. And I will say this, if they ban ball pythons, I'm moving out of the state of Florida because I am not giving up my snakes. And yes, Trey, that room looks awesome. Again, I'm jealous. But we got our good stuff going on here at DCR Reptiles. We have a gene that is not out there yet. It is the gully gene. It has a lot of potential, and I plan on doing a lot of different things with it. I don't plan on selling anything just yet. Even if I get babies, I don't plan on selling them. So hopefully I can take this to the next level. Jason, take care, be careful, and try to stay warm up there. It's just Florida. Let's see here. It is, I think it's in the 70s here now. It's supposed to drop down in the 40s. So, Trey Beck, did you get a chance to see the gully gene? Okay, we're going to go in there one more time to see it. The lighting is not the best in there, so it won't look the same as it would out here. But you guys you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to disturb him anymore after this one, but I know you're a busy man, Trey. You're here, so I want to show you now. So this gene was bought from Neil Gawley. He is a big breeder, and I didn't buy it from him. I bought it from a different breeder that bought it from him. She did put it to a cinnamon, and that's how the cinnamon gullies got created. I have every snake, every gully snake there is, or this morph. I have every one of the snakes there is. So I own this whole genetic pool for this gene. So I'm happy about that, and there is a bunch of possibilities here. So here is the gully gene. Look at the flaming on the sides. She has a little stuck shed on her head, but she is ready to breed. She is a proven breeder. Thank you, Trey. And yes, I will be renaming that gene. I'm not sure what yet, but I will be renaming it, and probably try to send the pictures to World of Ball Pythons so I can get it up on there. But I need to find out a little bit more if it has a super or not. Right now, I do know that it is a codominant morph. So I have her, I have all her babies. So I have some male and female cinnamon gullies. I also have a male gully and a female gully. No, I got two. I got the mom and a female gully, or two of them, I think. So I got plenty of gullies I can throw different things at, and I plan on doing that. I got enough males too, we know that. Name it Levi. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Somebody up there. I'm here in Florida for the rest of the week, above you, and man, it's going. How far are you from me, Trey? You ought to come down. I believe it was Spartan Reptiles. Where is that at? Let me look here. Spartan Reptiles threw out the name the Mafia Gene. I kind of like that. Let's see here. You are in PANACEA, Florida. Let's see here. Back up. You're 4 hours away from me, Trey. I can almost throw a rock across the ocean and hit you. All right, let's see here. We're throwing out weather here, so we got to go to DCR weather report. It's still 60 here. I'm so happy. Oh, I bet. Name it Outlaws. You like them. It's 64 degrees here. It's supposed to drop down to 59 tonight. It's supposed to drop down to 45 tomorrow night and 46 Wednesday night. But it's supposed to be low 60s tomorrow throughout the day. Hilljack, you can keep that snow. It don't snow here in Florida. Well, where I'm at anyway. But, yep, you get in the cold weather we had. It's only going to last a couple days here. You're not jealous tonight. Boy, that's a first. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart about watching me tonight, supporting me, and being here for the reveal of the goalie morph. So, make sure you stay tuned. We are going to do a vlog tomorrow. I don't know what about, but we will. And 7 of the 9 snakes did eat with the gully gene. So that is good. The mama didn't eat, and which one? One of the males I think didn't eat. The gully male I think didn't eat. But if you guys have any questions, if you guys are interested in a spinner blast female or a lemon blast female or a inchy male, send me a message at DCR Reptiles or email me at dcrreptiles@gmail.com. But until tomorrow, when you guys see the vlog, I will see everybody later. Take care, stay warm, stay out of trouble, and I'll see everybody later.